factor uncensored. We're learning the cause of death for former Grammy-winning rapper Coolio. Now, the rapper's family was informed today that he died from a fentanyl overdose. His manager says Coolio also had traces of heroin and methamphetamine in his system. The 59-year-old was found unresponsive at a friend's Los Angeles home last September. Really heartbreaking situation there. Let's bring in our next guest, Dr. Danish Ali from Archpoint Pain Institute, and of course, Houston legendary rapper ESG. So ESG, obviously, Coolio passed quite some time ago, but to hear the cause of his death, your thoughts on that?
And, of course, like I laughed when, was not laughed about that, but I'm like, damn, I'm going on there again or something like that, because remember when Gangsta Boo? Mm-hmm. It was a lot. And it was like, coming up from my community and where I come from, like the screwed up community, for example, they always, they talk about the big moles, the screws, and so many different artists. And that, so it's almost like when people pass away with certain things, it's like the screwed up clique or, with Houston in general, with what's going on with the fentanyl craze, about us being so close to the borders and what's going on. It was just, bad news, I feel bad for him, Yeah.
So what is it from your perspective, your opinion, and because you've had your situation right. with drug use and fighting it off and trying to live a healthy life, what is it about the entertainment industry that draws people in for drug use?
I mean,
is it pressure? Is it, the ability to connect to people? What is it?
I won't say that. I think coming from a rock star lifestyle, where like opposed to as the normal working people,
anything
it's like it's there. And when you think of Hollywood and movies and so different things in the entertainment field, so many people back in the days, it was like the thing to do in the entertainment field. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't have drug tests, you don't have to get up and go to work. So it's just such a craze. Same as the model industry. And what's crazy is as time goes on, growing up as a youngster, as a kid, first thing you hear about was certain drugs. Then like in the 80s and the 90s, crackhead, you hear about those crazes. Then when heroin became so bad, like in East Coast and out in Dallas, and now with so many synthetic drugs and different things that people are doing to,
yes.
corner the market, they just like, you never know what you're getting in these drugs nowadays,
And that's the problem, Dr. Ali. People don't know what they're getting. It's not like people are saying, give me an ounce of fentanyl.
That's exactly right. And these are folks that are otherwise very healthy, and it's just that little bitty amount, right? We were just discussing earlier about how, there was a picture about little bitty specks of the fentanyl, and it being laced with anything or being consumed in any sort of way can be deadly for folks, right? And so that's the things that we're seeing, especially when it's mixed with other substances like heroin, methamphetamines. These are all sedatives, and we know that, right? And so when you combine that with a very strong synthetic opioid like fentanyl, the effects are detrimental. Right?
Now, the drug dealers, those who are manufacturing it, are putting fentanyl in the ingredients to make it what? Stronger?
To make it stronger.
And to make it sell.
Right. And the euphoria. And it's really relatively inexpensive to make, right? And so that combination of all of that stuff, the high that you get from it, you get a faster high, you get a quicker high. And so everything in life and all of these things that we're talking about is just being changed in a way where you want things fast. You want things to be acting fast, giving you that high faster. And so that's what we're seeing. These drugs that are coming on the streets are more potent and more lethal as well.
And ESG, what advice would you have for young artists, up-and-coming artists who may find themselves in a situation where someone would offer them drugs?
Man, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's like growing up as a youngster in my, my community, for it's being like, well, from outside, small town outside New Orleans, like Bogaloos, that's what it was called. So many older relatives and people was in that environment, and it was like, you grew up at that time being introduced to things. And you think about it, pharmacists have regulations. They know when they're making these pills for hospitals, like when you're in the hospital and you get certain drugs, they know the amount that they're giving. Now when you think, street drugs and laboratories and the backyards and different people, they're trying to give you the same thing with not in a regulated way. So people are just trying to make it crazy. And the thing that you hear coast to coast, a lot of, just different people in different topics, it's like people choose to go to synthetic and fake drugs now more than back in the days. That's why there's so many deaths. So it's like they don't care. They just want to, reach something or feel a certain way. Yeah. And the compassion for people is got a lot smaller. So somebody who's trying to just pay a bill or just make money will just give somebody anything. They don't know what it is, and be like, hey, I got gas, I got drink. Like that's why you don't hear about the drink craze as much as you used to hear.
Right.
Because people will give you anything nowadays, and you never know what it is.
Next time we're going to call you on for something else. You say
right,
stop calling you
2
about
times in a row. I told him, I said, man, don't call me about no drugs.
We're going to talk about Girl Scout cookies next week.
Yeah,
Thank you, yes, G. Dr. Donna Charlie.